Hello Flosstube, welcome in. I am Katie, also known as Tiny Feets here on the internet. My pronouns are she, her, and today, the date of recording, is Friday, September the 13th. So yeah, it's Friday the 13th. That's cool. I think it's cool. Welcome in. I am back coming with a Flosstube update. Getting out of focus. So yeah, here I am back again to share with you all of the things that I've been working on. Not much, kind of no news is good news. Life has just been, lifing. Physical therapy is going well. My shoulder does feel a lot better. I am still erring on the side of caution and keeping stitching specifically pretty short, stitchy sessions. That was a tongue twister. I'm going to be drinking from my water bottle throughout this video. So yeah, I hope everyone's doing well. Things have been good here, as I've said. So I thought we would just, it's that time. So I want to show you what I've been working on. First things first would be my whips. I do feel like I'm forgetting something, but I'll think of it later. My whips. So, almost knocked my light over. So, this oldie but goodie has been a little bit neglected, and when I realized that I have not touched it in a hot minute, I pulled it out. So, friends, this is Vintage Simplicity, a Dimensions kit, and the oh so fitting Nightmare on Elm Street. Is that upside down? I do think so. Anyway, yes, Vintage Simplicity. This kit is hard to focus on. I feel like the white makes it difficult, but I worked on it for quite a while. Last night I got a good bit done. What was I watching? I was watching a lot of YouTube, like beauty YouTubers and Rachel Ray's Whip and Chat, and who else? Probably Brad Mondo. Things like that in the background to keep me company while I work on this project, and it's coming along pretty well. Soon they will have heads. That's great. So these poor headless ladies have been waiting patiently. So, and it was a very good and satisfying and successful little stitchy sesh last night, because all of this was just one color. I just threaded the needle, and this was maybe 2 long strands. I filled in more of there's like, it's actually gray thread underneath the white glove there to give it some shadow and dimension. And then these little confetti yellow guys are my least favorite. I hate doing like onesie stitches sprinkled throughout. I tend to leave those to last, but I really wanted to like have, it filled in. So I've been working on it, and there is a good bit of fudging going on with this, of course. But would you know if I didn't tell you? I think not. So yeah, a little bit of progress. I cannot tell you how many stitches this was or anything like that. This is an entirely paper pattern, and it's very analog. I have no idea. I sat in that chair for 2 or 3 hours and just plugged away, mostly trying to figure out where I was. It took a while. But I'm glad that this is back in the rotation. I was a little afraid that I was just gonna throw my hands up in defeat and give up, which sometimes that is the appropriate response and decision, but I tend to not do that. So yeah, there is Vintage Simplicity. Yeah, just 14 count white Aida, cotton dimensions threads. It's good stuff. I started this in 2021, so she's getting a little elderly. This is my oldest cross-stitch whip. So got a good chunk of blue to fill in here for her neck, and then I really will need to move the hoop to get their heads. I may need to iron this before I move to the third lady. But yeah, I really suck at like segues and transitions and stuff, so it's probably going to be a bunch of but yes. So this is Vintage Simplicity. This is my progress on it, and I was pretty much, you know, up to here, kind of below where my pinky is. So it felt like a lot, but looking at it now, it doesn't look like much. But cross stitch is a very slow craft, in my opinion. Okay. But I do like that project. That is nice to work on, especially because it is 14 count Ada, so it gives my eyes a break. I am quite nearsighted. So my next project, what did I write? I actually have notes this time because I'm doing my best not to forget. I still will forget something, most likely, but I will forget less this way. So yeah, that was what I worked on just last night. So feeling pretty good about it. And then this guy, feeling slightly less good about it because I realized that I made some mistakes were made, and I need to make a decision on if I'm going to rip it back. I don't know if I really need to or what, but this is the Quirky Quaker Moth Man, and put him up. No, are you not going to focus for me? Yeah, he's off center. His little center stitch at the top of this kind of negative space medallion is off. And in true Katie fashion, of course. So, thinking about what I want to do about it. To be honest, this is very, very close to being finished. So, I'm thinking he's going to stay the way he is. He's perfect just the way he is. So there's a lesson in there somewhere, perhaps. Yeah, maybe I can make derpy Quakers a thing. I'll have to get Deanna's thoughts on that, but it's very appropriate and fitting for moi. But still, like, it's barely noticeable. I could maybe get a seam ripper and rip out a couple stitches and like scooch everything over one in that one row. I don't, because the medallion is right, but that top row, do I want to mess with this? Probably not. But just a little cutie on my 16 count Icelandic Grey Ada, and I'm using the DMC, I think it's Light Effects, or it might be a Toile. I should probably figure that out. Damn. But yeah, just loving this. I've got a few more of the, I don't know why I'm pointing with that, the red here and his red eyes. I'm going to put like googly eyes on him. Some more medallions in there, and then he'll be done. So on that note, I'm contemplating copying Michelle Bendy Stitchy and I think a few others on the idea of doing a cross-stitch journal, putting little guys like this in there, maybe, because apparently I've just come to realize that I don't finish things, like fully finish. So that is kind of an attractive idea at this time, and doing like junk journaling. I have been watching so many bullet journaling YouTube videos, and that's making me think like, oh, I need a journal and like fountain pens and washi tape and all that stuff, and restraining because we know that's going to be like an ADHD rabbit hole where I hyper focus and hyper fixate and then abandon. So I'm going to be good, but I think the idea of sticking this little guy in there and doing like some junk journaling around it and like a little note like, oh, Amy sent this to me, how nice, to kind of remember and commemorate and, you know, so it's not stuck in the bottom of the bag forever. I feel like that's a better fate for this little cross-stitch project than the void. Yeah. That's my quirky Quaker. It's really cute. That is actually a new release that Deanna from Darling and Whimsy just came out with. Somehow, how did I get this? She sent it to, Deanna sent it to Michelle, and Michelle auctioned them. Amy won, and then mailed them to me. So, that's kind of an interesting story. But yeah. So you can go buy the Quirky Quaker Moth Man yourselves now. I highly recommend. Super cute. And then I do think I'll probably start the Quirky Quaker Ghost soon, because 'tis the season. Okay. I'm trying not to slurp too much, but I do need to hydrate. So yeah, he's just a cutie. I cannot get enough of Deanna's designs, especially the cryptids. They're just adorable. And Deanna's great too. I really like her content. So I'm gonna go down the list and try and keep this as organized as possible. Okay, so the next project is Arctic Animals. And I did work on this, however, it just is a bunch of, like, little pixelated, nothing, because it's just the bottom of the caribou's little stand, where he's chilling out. So I'm almost to its feet. You can kind of see where its hooves are going to go right there. So, it is progress, but it's just blobby progress. But I'll take it. I'll take blobby progress over no progress. Or backwards. Yeah, so I've gotten about 91 stitches on this since the last episode. So, getting there. I am questioning my pattern keeper because it says I'm 62.4% done of the completed, of the available drops. So, I mean, I guess they're not huge drops, but they're still, you know, a good chunk of stitching. Regardless, this is the Arctic Animals stitch along from the Frosted Pumpkin on 28 count casual linen, and why can I not remember what the name of the fabric is? Open that. 28 count casual linen on Nocturne from Picture This Plus. There we go. So that is where we are right now. The next one is going to be, I hope this isn't spoiler, but the next will be some puffins in this journal area. And, yeah, they're just adorable. I realized I hadn't grabbed this in a while. So I just had to get my little hands on it. Okay. So yeah, Arctic Animals. Have other things planned for this weekend, but I do want to get more than just this, like, rock done. That's not really the fun part. The fun part is the animals. So, I'm just going to work on that and fill it in and report back later. Alright. Next project. Going down the line. Oh yes, so this one has been absolutely lovely to work on. I pulled out, go back. That's loading. The Freedom Motif Sampler on, ooh, I did not plan this. On September 11th, I had my Tiny Decisions pulled out. The Freedom Motif Sampler. So that's a little spooky. I didn't mean to do that, but it is kind of fitting, maybe. So that was on Tuesday. I worked on this guy, and the one color here super duper blends in. You can kind of see a little bit of contrast where the light beige color is, but I filled in that and then the blue. That was like 200 stitches? No, 153 stitches. Not quite 200. The yawns are gonna get annoying. Okay. So yeah, this part is going to be very color blocky and hopefully not too like mind-numbing and sloggy, because so far I have been really enjoying this project. There is something about this pattern that just, I can get 200 stitches done. I didn't the other night, but I can typically get about 200 stitches done like that, which for me takes several hours. So I'm really enjoying the way that this project, it feels very like effortless and not mindless, but I just go with the flow. And obviously this is just going to be a huge honkin' color blocking section of this blue waterfall faucet type thing that's at the top of this pattern. So yes, this is going to be fairly easy because it's just straight across for the most part. So yeah, to say that does feel slightly disingenuous, but I really do mean that. Like I always feel good when I work on this pattern. There's something very, it tickles my brain in the right way. Yeah, let's go with that. So yeah, that is the Freedom Motif Sampler from Shaded Stitchery. I'm really enjoying this, and I'm looking forward to more from Nuri. This is on a 16 count Ada from Witchelt, color Latte, and it's quite light and soft and delightful. So I'm really, and also let me show you, the back is actually pretty good too. I never show my backs because I'm not that good at it, but this is actually a pretty good back for me. So here's some hoop butt for you. Yeah. Okay, hold please. So that was the Freedom Motif Sampler from Shaded Stitchery, and I am 11.4% done with that. So I've got quite a lot ahead of me, and I'm really looking forward to it. Move it out of the way. So, oops. For my last cross stitch project, I'm going to duck over here. I should have grabbed it during my break. Last but not least for cross stitch is Tiny Towns. Valentine's Day Tiny Towns. That's not the name. The official name is Big Hearted Tiny Town from Heart and Hand. I just, it's in my head as Valentine's Day Tiny Town. Both, you know, it's not even shorter or anything, but let me tell you, I got so much good progress on this. Now let me see. Last time, it's harder to show you this way. Let's see. So last time you were here, I had like this bottom line, and I don't think that little floating heart thing was there. So I filled in most of this little hill and the house and these two little flowers. Although, are the flowers huge or is the house tiny? Trees? You decide. I think the flowers are huge, in my opinion. So that, I got in quite a lot, and unfortunately I did not enter this into my Notion, so I don't really know how much I stitched. So I have it like, hash marked out on my paper pattern copy, so I might be able to go back and enter it if I can figure out which day was which I should be able to, because I use colored pencil, different color for each day. But if not, no big deal. So yeah, big hearted tiny town. It's so cute, you guys. It's so adorable. This is a 30 count mystery linen on a light pink color. One of these flosses, this one really, you can really just see like the texture. It really, really blends, but I actually like that. I don't know. But it's pink, the pinkest pink project there ever was. So yeah, really like these. I want to get them all. I want to put more pink projects on here and stitch all the things. So that was my tiny town. I hope you liked it. Whoa. Drop that. Okay. So that was all of my cross stitch projects at lightning speed. So yeah. Next is knitting, and I have worked on 2 knitting projects. So the first one, where'd you go? It's buried. So the first project that I worked on since we last chatted was Love Note. I'm pretty sure I did actually work on this because I don't know if you can tell. Maybe I didn't. I don't even know. The Notion it's easy to see what days I worked on what, and if I've worked on it since the last filming date. My knitting, I'm going to have to actually do like a journal. But I'll just do a quick little, this is where I am. There's my progress creeper, so I'm thinking I maybe didn't. But here it is. I really love it. I am not, I don't mean to be contrary, I swear, but I'm kind of not loving like just the slog of stockinette, which is silly because I want to watch my shows while I knit, and if I have a really, really complicated pattern, I don't do that. So I guess I just won't ever be happy. But yeah, working on that guy, it's so close, you guys. I haven't touched $5 in Paris in a few months. It is what it is. But next, my next knitting project, I did do some work on the Bridget Hat. And so, some things to say and to share. That is where my progress keeper is from last time. That seems wrong. I will make sure to move it up now so I can show you. Otherwise, we're just going to keep doing this over and over. Ow. There. Okay. So I have some thoughts and updates, and I think I did like 2 rounds this last. Oh, no, it fell off. Okay, so goodness, let me get this back on there. Okay, so if I recall correctly, which I probably don't, but I was ready to start the actual cables. You can see there are some crosses, and I am in the middle of a round. I did work on this, and I sat and worked on this for several hours. I finally started the body of the hat and did the first cabled row. And let me tell you, that took 4 hours, maybe. I am now an expert in frogging or tinking back cabled stitches, so that no longer terrifies me, which is great. So that makes me want to bring out my grandpa cardigan, because I want to work on that too. But this project is, I'm just in the middle of a, like, ribbing, just regular stitching row. Yeah, I maybe should have made another cup of coffee. Although that seems like a bad idea. But, yeah, so I can be pretty stubborn, if you didn't know that. So I'm determined not to give up and not to, you know, just let this stupid hat defeat me and everything. It'll be really cute when it's done, but like it does feel needlessly complicated instead of just like a 2x2 rib. And like, I'm not an expert, I don't know anything about designing knitting patterns, but it's not easy to remember the pattern, because it's not just knit 2, purl 2, or knit 3, purl 3, or what. It's not an even, it's very, it doesn't make sense to me. I have a feeling it's because that's how it feeds into the cables, but it will look good when it's done. But it's almost, I'm gonna borrow one of my boyfriend's sayings. It feels like the juice isn't worth the squeeze. Like, this will be a cute hat and will look adorable, and I will learn new skills and everything, but like, it's kind of a slog. I don't know. I'm not giving up. I'm surprise! I did my hair last night. So when I went to edit this morning, the last clip of the video had no audio. I think I know what happened. Perhaps, there, but unfortunately, the last like 10 minutes was not usable, so I'm just gonna pop it in here and, hopefully not have this problem again, but, you know, no promises. So last section that I recorded last night that's gonna be here is, I was talking about the Bridget hat, so I've pretty much wrapped up my thoughts on that. I'm gonna keep working on it. I really think it's gonna be super cute, so I think I'll, you know, the more I do it, I'll get better at it. So that, concludes any WIP and current project talk. So I'm going to move on into hauls and acquisitions, because those almost always go hand in hand. Hauls and acquisitions, hauls and plans. So you get stuff for future projects. So, of course, I was not able to get this back in its little packaging, but I got some fabric for, throw it again, to restart Urduja. That one has been kind of waiting patiently, kind of thinking of the right time to get some fabric for her. And Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers had their anniversary sale. I forget which year it was for them, but back in the beginning of August, they had a sale, so the timing was perfect. So I got an ombre, pretty similar to the last one. It's a like oceany blue gradient. See here, it's big, and the cover, and the color is Maldivian Dreams, 16 count Aida, 26 by 36. Okay, and this is about where things started going wrong last night on the with the video. So, yeah, I have fabric to start Urduja again. I'm so still in love with that mermaid. She's absolutely gorgeous. It'll be my first Bella Filipina, so really happy about that. And I can actually maybe partake in Siren in September. So it arrived at just the right time. It came last night before I started filming the first time. So yeah, that is my acquisition and then plans. I was going to work on Tonight We Ride last night, but I did my hair instead, which is why I did not edit until this morning. And then this Sunday, tomorrow, on... Okay, well, let me back up. Pocket Writing Crafts here on YouTube's is my friend Stephanie, and her birthday is this coming Monday. So if you don't follow her, go do that. And for her birthday this year, she's doing a stitch along for Leela's Studios. Autumn is as Joyful Quaker. I think it's technically a Quaker. It's amazing, and I decided I was going to do it. I bought a fairly affordable big old piece of fabric for that, and I've got the flosses all ready to go. So since her birthday is technically a Monday, I will probably start tomorrow just to get everything ready to go, because odds are Monday after work I'm not going to do anything craft-wise, you know, maybe a little, but I just want to get ready to go and get started. And that's always the biggest hurdle for me, like mentally, is just getting that first stitch in, because if it's in the wrong spot or something, then, you know, it's not like I can fix it or anything, right? JK. So that's my plan. I'm gonna start Autumn is as Joyful tomorrow. I hope I have time, because I do still have lots of housekeeping, errand running, admin-y stuff, laundry still. So, you know, it's getting in the way of my crafty time. Goodness. I've only had 1 cup of coffee today, so I'm going to go get another when I'm done here. Yes. Autumn is as Joyful. I'm going to run this by Stephanie and see if she has any opinions or cares, but I'm thinking, because there at least are 2 squirrels in this pattern, which is definitely my favorite part of them. And there's a big old acorn too, so that's really cute and squirrel adjacent. I'm thinking of maybe just putting on my Instagram posts and stuff about it. Squirrel Stitchy Saturday, Squirrel Stitchy Sunday, something like that. Hashtag squirrel stitching. Something along those lines. I do also have a Mill Hill magnet. It's like a kit that you cross stitch it, it's beaded of a squirrel, and they you can make it into a refrigerator magnet or whatever. It's a little squirrel, and it's really cute, and it is the right time of year for that, so I may start that little guy soon as well, but Reduja's kind of jumped the line there. So yeah, those are my plans for the upcoming weeks. Some more specific and closer than others. I'm really excited about starting this pattern. It's my first Leela's Studio. I will probably be stitching on that until I retire. No joke. So that's it for plans. Next would be books. I have some things to say about some books. I finished Gideon the Ninth by Tamsin Muir, and that one is very close to 5 stars for me. I loved it. It was really good. It was not perfect, and I did have some criticisms on it. I think she could have showed better kind of how this world works and the world building and the different houses and everything, but I think that's coming later in the series, I understand. From what I've read on Goodreads. So really, really enjoyed that. And fortunately, I was able to download and rent the next book in the series, which is called Harrow the Ninth. She's the other main character. And this one is confusing. I think I'm about 65 to 70% done. It is very strange. Most of the book, at least half of the book, is written in second person, which is different. Not many novelists do that, which I appreciate, you know, uniqueness. But the other half feels like it is rehashing and retelling some of the events in Gideon the Ninth in the first book. And so much of the time during those sections, I'm just sitting there scratching my head going, I don't understand. I thought I just read this book. Like, why are we here again? But this morning I actually did get to a part where it started to explain some things. Goodness. And some of the posts on Goodreads were saying, like, just trust the process because it's a doozy. So I do plan on finishing the entire series as minimum as I can get my hands on, and I think there's one still, at least, that's not published. The 4th book hasn't come out yet. So I am enjoying the series. I did briefly have How High We Go in the Dark by Sequoia Nagamatsu, but that book was very heavy. I think I was in the 2nd chapter. I did not get very far at all, and it's just, it made me very sad, and I was not the read I needed at the time. I will try again later, maybe, but I didn't want to feel sad like that, so I sent it back as soon as Harrow the Ninth came to me, and I feel pretty good about that. So next is TV shows, books, and TV shows. So I've been watching quite a bit of YouTube as well. I didn't know that Jen the Curly Stitcher had a Flosstube. I don't know how that got past me, but I fixed that. She mentioned me in her latest update, so that was really sweet. Thank you so much, Jen. Any of my followers, YouTube subscribers who don't follow her, go do that. So watched some of her videos, and obviously watching Pocket Roddy Crafts and Rachel Ray. That's gonna be very annoying. And then sometimes I'll just put on like background noise stuff that I don't pay attention to, like Brad Mondo. He's very cute though. So I've been very like YouTube watching phase right now. And then Netflix now has the A Discovery of Witches series. It used to be, I think, on Stars only, or originally it was, and I didn't have any way to watch it, but I loved the first 2 books, and now it's on Netflix. Goodness. So yeah, it's on Netflix now, and I'm about halfway through the 2nd season. I still haven't read the 3rd book, but I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna watch season 3 no matter, before I am able to get my hands on the last book. They do make changes in the TV series, so hopefully it won't totally ruin everything for me. I'm sure it'll be fine. But yeah, I've been really enjoying that series. I had my doubts about Matthew Good as a vampire. His character is also named Matthew. I think that's kind of funny, but it's a very common name. So I like it surprisingly. I've seen some people kind of complaining about the casting. I think Matthew is perfect. Now that I've watched him, Diana doesn't bother me that much. I think it's fine. Maybe I'm okay with it. She's fine. But I'm really into that. I'm very excited about that. That is something I'm looking forward to doing this weekend. My boyfriend and I are going to see the new Beetlejuice movie tonight. I'm really excited about that. I'll definitely need a nap before we do that, obviously. And then we are starting to get some kind of fall weather. Here in the Atlanta area, we refer to this as fake fall because it's going to be in the high 70s next week. It's very rainy and kind of gray, like high 60s, 70 degrees, something like that. So kind of cozy vibes. I have to go do some grocery running, and I don't wanna because it's gross out. So it's very conducive to just curling up with some knitting and a cup of cocoa, a good book, and a kitty to snuggle. So that is everything. That's plans. That's what I've been doing. That's shout outs. So yeah, kind of bummed that the audio didn't work the first time around. I think I figured out why, but we're just gonna go with it. So thank you if you've made it this far in this video. I really appreciate it. And like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss any updates. And I will see you guys in the next one real soon. And take care of yourselves.